Yes, sir. There's a fine lot of horses here. Now, you just take your pick, and I'll make you a good price.
How much for that bay over there?
Now, I gotta say this for your grandfather. He's got a fine eye for horseflesh.
Well, he should. He's only the best cowboy in this county.
How much?
Bramer, since you're a knowledgeable fella, I'm gonna show you one real bargain. There now. You ever see a better looking cow pony? Well, you've probably seen better. But he's sound in wind and limb and sight and... Well, what's more, I can make you a real price on this horse.
He's a jughead. Rib cage is too small. He's towing in. He's got bowed tendons. His hocks are too far apart. Bring him over here.
Yeah.
And judging from his teeth, he's got to be over 8 years old. I wouldn't have that horse for any price.
Well, it's like I said. Your grandfather's got 2 sharp eyes.
How much for the bay?
Well, now that's a problem, Bramer. You see, I got to get a price for that horse. Now, there ain't another horse can touch that bay except Heath Barkley's horse, Charger.
How much you asking?
$100.
$100?
Now, I'll give you $20 for that nag you rode in. But that's the best I can do.
I ain't got that kind of money on me.
Well, not many men walking around do, Bramer. But I'll give you credit. Anybody who works for the Barkleys has got credit with me.
Yeah, well...
Tell you what. Leave me your horse's down payment and give me, $10 a payday. What day's payday out the Barkleys?
My grandpa...
Never mind, honey. Just forget it. Forget it. I'll get me a horse someplace else. Come on.
Well, not like that bay, you won't.
Grandpa! Grandpa! You get your horse.
I got it, Andy. That's for sure. Only I don't know where. We looked all over, and so far, no luck. You know, a horse like that bay is going to be hard to find.
Except Charger. He said so himself that the Barkleys' horse Charger is just as good.
Sure. If I had Charger, I'd be a cinch to get that stallion. If.
Thanks, Jay.
You look lovely, ladies. Ah, yes. It's easy to see why the senator invited us to dinner. He wants you two to supply the beauty and glamour.
Nonsense, Jared. I have a feeling that the senator is going to ask you to manage his campaign for him.
Well, not a chance of that.
I'll get it.
He hasn't asked me yet, but even if he does, I'm much too busy.
Andy!
Maybe I shouldn't have come, but it's real important.
Come on in.
I've forgotten what a beautiful place you got here.
It's been a long time since we've seen you.
Andy, what a pleasant surprise.
Miss Barkley,
It's nice to see you, Andy.
you look like you're all dressed up to go to a party or somewhere.
Oh, we're in no hurry. We're waiting for friends. Please, sit down.
I got a ride out here from Jay Gordon. I don't mean to stay or anything. I had to see Heath.
Well, he's in the barn hitching up the buggy. He'll be here any minute. Tell me, how is your grandfather?
Oh, he's fine. Just fine. Why, he's even got a couple of jobs lined up. Or he might be taking a trip to Nevada.
Good.
Well, anyway, that's why I came to see Heath.
Hello, Andy.
Bet you sure didn't expect to see me here. It's about my grandfather. I come to ask a favor.
Well, I hope it's something I can do.
Easy. Just let me borrow Charger.
Charger?
Well, now, do you mind telling us why?
I think you ought to give my grandfather a fair chance. I think you owe it to him. I think it's the least you can do. You people, you don't know how a man feels.
Oh, Andy, you know how much we think of your grandfather.
Well, if you do, prove it. Don't you see? It's his only chance to show himself, and he can't do it without a strong, fast horse like Charger. He can't get that stallion unless...
Stallion?
Your grandfather's thinking about going after that wild stallion?
He'll do it, too. He'll show you. But he can't do it without Charger.
No,
No,
I can't do that.
you can't. Or you won't.
No, wait a minute, Andy. A couple of days ago, he said no, he'd had a fight on his hands. But since then, I've had a crack at that stallion, and I'm sorry, I've got to go along with Heath. I was lucky to come out with just a broken arm.
Is that your answer? All of you? Well, thanks. Thanks a whole lot.
Andy,
People say the Barclays are such a kind, understanding family. Always ready to help someone. That's what they say. Well, now, I know different. My grandfather was right about you Barclays.
Excuse me. Andy! Andy, wait! Now, where are you going?
Just leave me alone.
Now, look, it's late. You can't walk home. It's too far. Now, how did you plan to get back?
If you weren't so stingy with your dumb horse, I could have ridden him back.
Well, come on back, and I'll take you home in the buggy.
No, thanks.
Now, Andy, don't be stubborn.
Listen here, Heath Barkley. My grandfather and I can get along just fine without your family, so you can go off to your dumb, highfalutin parties.
Andy, I'm asking you. And now I'm telling you, you're going to come back with me and take you home in that buggy.
No, no, no!
You go close, still, and listen to me. Andy. You go pay attention, you're going to get a wallop and get spanked.
Oh, don't you dare talk to me like that. I'm 14 years old, almost 15.
And you're acting like 8. Now, Andy, for the love of heaven, get some sense into that head of yours. Stop worrying about what Brahma wants and start thinking about what's good for him. And he can't go after that stallion.
I know it's a little dangerous, but he's good, and you don't know how good.
Andy, I know this. Your grandfather is 60 years old. Now, his mind's willing, his spirit's willing, but he's not as strong as he used to be. He's not the same man that wrestled that Brahma. Andy, he can't get that stallion.
If you don't give him a chance, though, it might break his heart.
Well, then let it. I say better to break his heart than break his back, or worse. Andy, what you're asking me to do is to give him a horse so that he can go out and get himself killed. I know it's hard for you to understand. But, Andy, sometimes we have to hurt the ones we love in order to help them.
Never thought of it like that.
Come on back. Let me take you home. Here we are.
Thank you again. Very much.
You're very much welcome.
Got y'all dirty. I'm sorry.
What's nothing?
So ashamed.
Well, there's no need be.
Frighten you like a tomboy? I reckon you do think I'm a tomboy, don't you?
No, Andy, I think you're a girl with a lot of deep, warm feelings, and I know you want what's best for your grandfather.
Well, guess I shouldn't keep you talking here, seeing as you have to get to that party. Thank you again. Very much.
Yeah, I guess I had better be getting back.
Heath, you could call me Andrea if you like.
All right, Andrea. Good night.
Yeah. Wasn't sleeping, just thinking.
Oh, I've been thinking too, Grandpa,
Oh?
about that stallion.
What about it?
Well, I wish that... I wish that for me, I wish you'd forget it.
Forget it.
Well, what are we gonna do with the stallion? My gosh, it's such a dangerous thing to do, and what for?
What for? Well, honey, just to show him and...
But, Grandpa, but you don't have to show anything to me, Grandpa. I love you always, even if you never catch any stallions.
And you really wouldn't care if I didn't go after that there stallion?
I wouldn't want you to. And even the Barclays said...
Don't mention their name to me, honey.
Oh, Grandpa, you're so wrong about them. They really do care for you.
Oh, sure.
They're real nice people, Grandpa. Especially Heath. My gosh, did you ever notice how handsome he is? The way he kind of makes you feel like you were someone special or something. Well, he kind of fixed that blanket around me when we got into the buggy.
Now, wait a minute. When did you get into a buggy with Heath Barkley?
Well, I was just going to tell you, Grandpa.
Well, I'm listening.
I thought that maybe if I went out there and if I talked to them, that maybe I could help. But then Heath explained everything to me.
Yeah, I'll bet he did.
Well, let me tell you, Grandpa.
I don't want to hear any more. They weren't satisfied turning the whole town against me. They had to work on you, too.
They didn't.
They told you I was too old and worn out, didn't they?
They just said that it was a dangerous thing for you to do. You're liable to get your neck busted. They said that if
I
you
don't
went
want to
up
hear any more.
Oh, Grandpa!